see or revisit some negatively focused times. So if this is a concern for you, please do not listen. Yet I can also tell you, if you are choosing to proceed, then you can be aware that all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. And you can feel confident and safe in your own senses of soon resting back as you relax, and knowing and remembering that you are always the one who remains in your own self-control. And now I'll ask you to bring some of your gentle focus and awareness and some of your easier attentions to the working efforts of those blinking eyes. And you may notice there a pleasing heaviness beginning and soon developing across those eyes and those lids as each next blink allows the smaller muscles in and around the eyes to become looser and lazier as the tiring working eyes become a little drowsier now, and they may seem to fill with so much pleasing weight. When you become aware of those heavier lids, really wanting to connect and to close. And you know it could be so much better to just give up those daytime's energies as I count backwards for you from the numbers 3 down to 1. And when I reach below that, when I reach that lower 0, you can go ahead and choose to relax so very deeply into your progressing and developing hypnosis trance. And now 3. The working eyes are blinking and growing so weary. And 2. The smaller eye muscles are all letting go. And 1. The eyelids are growing compelled and urged to rest and to touch without any conscious effort at all. And now 0. Both eyes there relax as they drop down and close. And now I want you to imagine, as you continue to let go and feel good, as if someone you trust were now beside you. And I want you to imagine this helpful person will soon pick up one of your relaxing hands. And you can make this hand your left hand or your right hand. It doesn't matter which. Yet I want you to really relax that hand and to make that hand go limp and loose so that all of the working muscles of the forearm and the upper arm and the wrist muscles just won't work. And when you imagine this person soon calmly reaching down to pick up one of those lazier, lethargic wrists, you'll feel that same hand begin to rise and rise, as if all by itself, until you can imagine that person will suddenly release and let go of that floating wrist. And right when this happens, you'll feel such a wonderful wave of deeper relief and a warming rush of even deeper, growing relaxation flowing down inside of you. as you rest and quieten yourself deeper and deeper down to your tranquil, calmest depths. And so now go ahead and imagine that left or right arm and that hand being lifted now into the air. Lifted just a few inches above you. And you may even see or sense with your mind's eyes that hand beginning to float higher and higher. Until I say 3 and 2 and 1, and now release, release. And now that hand will fall down and just fall down beside you and become calm. And you are now instantly moving deeper and deeper. All of your calm, deeper down into your more beautiful and more relaxing, more blissful comforts inside. Until so soon you may reach a new place of all unconscious wonders. And a comforting, calmer space of all kinds of pure serenity and inner calm, relaxing you here. And now I want you to picture and see yourself in a field of loving and protective energies. As you cloak yourself with a protective aura, and you begin walking into the shining lights of all loving wisdom and your deeper encouragements. And I want you to remember you can always return to this lightly conscious state of all serenity and security, with a deep, deep sense of protecting calm anytime you choose. And of course, you know you could choose to, if you'd wish it, to open those relaxing and heavier and now closed eyes again, if you'd like. But for now, you know it's very likely you're feeling so much better to simply continue enjoying the deep, deep relief of basking in this more satisfying inner bliss. Of letting the whole entire sleeping body, with those releasing arms and those relaxing legs, and the full length of your relaxing torso, and your neck and your head now continue to release and relax and relax. As the mind's eyes begin their gentle shift of an even deeper focus, and you're soon beginning to travel in new ways inside of your awareness, unconsciously now, and in many other pleasing ways. And now I'd like you to just imagine you are traveling and soon walking down a beautiful and long hallway of the clearest crystal mirrors. And beneath you there, on the floor, you can see a welcoming and thick red carpet, made of all plush and woolen threads, and you can feel the divine softness of the woolly textures laid out just for you to sink down with your toes. And more you are becoming more aware of being softly called and invited to move forwards and towards a large round door. And you can see this special door all the way there at the very ends of this longer hall, as every next easy step underneath your arches and your heels continues to comfort and deeply relax. And you can see some appearing patterns and forming images there, now coming into their clearer apparitions when you look upon the many reflective crystal surfaces of those mirrors upon either sides of you in this stretching hall. And some of those images you'll see are those reflections of your current self, and maybe images from today's recent memories. And some of those reflections also show you other remembered scenes or other moving memories of yourself in your own past or yesterday or how you used to be. And yet other reflections you can see are images and depictions of the kind of person you may wish to be when you look ahead there and out into a brighter future. Because so many of these clearer reflections and images are really showing to you the many different versions of your own person and your identity and who you really are and who you wish to be. And now, after a few more moments, you can see some of these reflections are beginning to smile back at you as you really see yourself enjoying whatever happier activities or those fun behaviors or those meaningful or fulfilling life's interactions or relationships that really do bring you the most kinds of inner joy. And yet, at other moments and other times, as you walk and you continue down and down through this long and winding hallway, you see there are other reflections that also begin to show you perhaps those different moments when you are frowning, or maybe when you could see yourself looking less happy, or maybe at those times when you're even looking down or sad. Because some of these reflections may in fact appear to be images of yourself, seeming to carry some sort of discomfort or some unpleasant connections, or some unwanted reactions, or some kinds of emotional pain, then you can see, as you continue to remain quite neutral and feeling always safe and calm, to continue to just quietly observe. These are the reflections that seem to carry some form of unseen frustrations or some hidden away regrets, or some secret inner guilts or shames, or some self-doubt or self-blame or self-criticism. Because only you can truly see what each of your own reflections is showing back to you here, in this long, long corridor of your subconscious visions, positive and negative. And you know you can just take a note now to silently observe whatever it is that you find and see. And very, very soon, as you continue to step on forwards, there comes a moment when you feel yourself as if being pulled or gently guided towards that much more curious door that you see is waiting for you there at the very ends of this crystal hall. And you can soon hear a quieter voice that speaks so calmly to you, always softly and gently, in quieter, encouraging tones, as you begin now to drift and you dream, and you listen in to this guiding voice. Because this voice is your own inner voice, and the wisdom of your unconsciousness.